Hey fellas, this is Rabe speaking, and I apologize for putting this review video on hold. I remember watching this series like a year ago on Netflix, both Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Like, I was gonna do a review video on this, but I got distracted with other things, and so fast forward to now, after watching Teen Titans and reviewing that video, I knew I had to review the Justice League. I was just like, oh shit, I need to review that Justice League series, like, now. So we are going to review Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. And the reason why is because clearly those two shows are connected. Like, you have to watch Justice League in order to watch Justice League Unlimited. And this is a spoiler-free review, so don't worry about spoilers or anything. We're just going to be talking about the basics, what this is about, the 7 main characters right here, and just talk about how great of a show it was. This show came out in the early 2000s, like 2001 or 2002, and when it first came out, I enjoyed it. I really did. And so when I rewatched the series as a whole, I loved it even more, and I think I loved it even more because I understood how mature and how the dialogue was. Like, as a kid, though, I didn't really pay too much of attention to the dialogue. I was just more interested in seeing these superheroes just beat the shit out of criminals and villains. I mean, that's why we were there. But as an adult, you pay attention more to the voice acting. You pay more of attention to how the story is. If you told me this show came out yesterday, like recently, I would believe that, because this show still ages well on the outside from the surface. And I know I've said something similar to that with Teen Titans, but I guess just these people really put some heart into it. The only complaint when it comes to the animation is the CGI. I mean, I know a lot of other shows had that problem too, and there's still some animated shows that have that problem too. But it could be a little distracting at times, but it doesn't ruin the experience at all. I also love the backgrounds, just like, say, there's mountains in the background, as well as like the cities, different planets. Like, this universe just feels so big and everything, and that's how it should be. I also like the character designs. They do look muscular and tall and everything, like they have these wide shoulders. It doesn't bother me at all, though. It's cool. Now on to the characters. Let's start off with the Flash, because this Flash is my favorite. He is the perfect hero in the team, despite being so funny and outgoing. The reason why he has got to be the perfect hero is because he doesn't question his morals. The other heroes do. I mean, there's this one, well, actually 2 episodes where the Justice League go to a different universe and they battle their evil counterparts, the Justice Lords. Though they don't have Flash in that team because he died. So it just shows you that the Justice League needs a Flash in their lives. That the Flash was the true heart of their team. And now on to J'onn J'onzz, aka Martian Manhunter. J'onn loses his family on Mars and then goes to Earth, finds a new family, which is of course the Justice League. And so that's pretty much his character arc, is just knowing more about Earth customs, traditions. There's this one episode where he meets Superman's adopted parents and he celebrates Christmas with them. And it's just a really, really heartwarming episode. It's nice to see episodes where the heroes aren't fighting, they're just enjoying downtime, just taking a break. But what I also love about him is that he also has these psychic powers, like he can read minds, he can go through walls, he just has a bunch of crazy abilities. I just wish he had more episodes in like Martian Manhunter centered episodes in the Justice League Unlimited, because I felt like they kind of reduced his role to just going to the Watchtower and just telling people what to do, just giving orders. Like, come on, man, I want to see you fight more. Now on to John Stewart, aka the Green Lantern. This one has got to be the best Green Lantern ever. No offense to Hal Jordan. He's sarcastic, he has a lot of charm, he just has so much personality that is provided by Phil Marr. This has got to be Phil Marr's best role. I mean, he was great at Samurai Jack, don't get me wrong. But this one, just, I don't know, he just adds so much level of depth whenever he would voice this character. I love his background where he used to read these comic books and then he meets his comic book heroes where he's just like, wait a minute, these guys are real? I thought they were just made up or something. I mean, he later finds out the truth on how they came to be, and that episode ends kind of sad, actually. I also love his relationship with Hawkgirl, though without going to spoilers, it gets a little rocky, and that's when I start feeling bad for his character. But no matter what, Green Lantern, John Stewart, he always lands back on his feet. You then have Hawkgirl. I wish it was Hawkwoman instead, but oh well. She is a member of this alien race called the Thygerians, I think. I'll leave the caption right here in case if I pronounce it wrong, but anyway. She can be a bit sarcastic like Green Lantern, though she does have a bit more of an attitude. Like, she always knows how to insult you just a little bit. I mean, I remember one time when she was getting to know Flash, she kind of said some things to Flash, but then you see that friendship evolve into a brother-sister relationship. And I just love when we get to know more about her people and everything, and how it affects her life, how it affects her relationship with the other members of the team. I don't want to go into spoilers, though. I really don't, but I don't think it's really much spoiler territory that we get to know more of her people, the Thygerians. I just don't think it is. You then have Wonder Woman, who is the second strongest person on the team behind Superman. What I like about her character is that she's not connected to space. She's not an alien or anything. I feel like with a lot of those other characters like Superman, Hawkgirl, Martian Manhunter, it's always connected to space. And I get that. I'm not complaining about that at all. But Wonder Woman kind of gives us a break from that. She is connected to Greek mythology, clearly. And I like how she fits into all of that. And I also love her connection with Batman, where Batman, we know Batman, he just takes his job seriously. She just flirts with him, she teases him, and she just keeps doing it and doing it and doing it until Batman shows a little attraction. Speaking of Batman, let's talk about him. Now, like some other Batmans, this one is clever, he is cunning, he uses his detective skills, but it's interesting to see how he fits in with the rest of the team, because clearly everybody has superpowers but him. And another thing about Batman in this series is that he doesn't consider himself an actual member. He just considers himself an ally. He says like, oh, I work alone, which we know is a load of bullshit. Like, Batman, come on, you're a member of the team. Like, in the Justice League Unlimited, they consider him a founding member, like they have him like on the council. And yet he still calls himself an ally. And last but not least, we have Superman, the leader of the team, the one who lends a hand out for you. He is the fatherly figure, the one who has your back no matter what. But in Unlimited is when he begins to damage the reputation of the team. When you're the leader of the team, when you're the symbol of peace, and you do something that you shouldn't do, it really drags everybody else through the mud. And Lex Luthor knows how to do that. It just shows you that there's more to beating your enemies than just with strength and power. He basically struggles with anger issues, but he acknowledges it. He knows that if he controls his anger, that he will be a better version of himself. And I feel like that's something we can learn as the audience, that we have anger, but we have to control it in order to make better lives for ourselves. I would talk more about the other heroes like Green Arrow, Black Canary, Question, but that would make this video a lot longer, so I'm just glad they have their own episodes, their own time to shine. The first series felt a lot smaller, just on these original 7 characters. It didn't go deep into politics or the other heroes, whereas the Unlimited clearly did. And as a kid, I didn't understand politics at the time. So maybe that's why I hopped off the Justice League train for the Teen Titans train. And yeah, I did like Teen Titans better as a kid, and I think I still like Teen Titans just a bit better, but Justice League and Justice League Unlimited together, it's still good. It's still a masterpiece, like, together. And if you were to separate these two shows, they would still be masterpieces in their own way. but together, it's a 9 out of 10. Justice League does everything that not many superhero shows do. Great characters, great voice acting, great fights, great animation, and it's a shame that not many superhero content can live up to the Justice League, or even Teen Titans for that matter. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have watched a lot of other great superhero content, so if you're looking for a show to rewatch, this is the show to go. If you're looking for an old show that is new to you, watch this series. What did you guys think of this series? Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget that I'm publishing a book right now. Keep your eyes peeled for updates. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Rob A, and may the AMA Force be with you.